if you somehow had no idea by watching the podcast, the things that I say, the opinions and takes that I have, I love SpongeBob. I love the Bob. I love Patrick. I love Sandy, Mr. Krabs, Pearl, Plankton, Squidward, all of them. Mrs. Puff. I love all of them. I love the world of SpongeBob. I love the world of Bikini Bottom, these characters, and the stories that original creator, R.I.P., Steven Hillenburg, created all the way back, premiering in 1999. I wasn't even alive when my favorite show of all time premiered. Fast forward to 2004, when the SpongeBob SquarePants movie premiered. My fourth favorite film of all time, if you're following me on Letterboxd, which I hope you are. Absolutely adore that film. It is unbelievably smart and clever and witty and funny and fun and entertaining, and it's just the perfect blend of everything you could ever want in an animated feature film. For adults, for children alike, it's got almost a 4.0 average rating on Letterboxd, and for very good reason. This show has definitely gone through some highs and lows. Obviously, I don't have to tell you that. Everyone and their mom will tell you that. Most people on YouTube will say, SpongeBob hasn't been good since season 4, episode 2, and there's been no good stuff since. And the only reason they say that is because they haven't actually watched the show past, I don't know, season 9, season 10. Because everyone who has stuck with the show, like myself, will tell you that actually that's not true. At least not to me and to most other people. If you are a, pardon my French, sponge boomer, and you won't give anything past the movie and the 3rd or 4th or 5th season a chance, then you will believe that everything that is new coming out of this franchise is bad. You will believe that because you are blinded. But season 14, and especially 15 and 16, have been probably the best seasons since season 4. Probably better than even 5. 14 through 16, especially 16, has been a dramatic increase in quality. And you can thank that largely to some of the original writers and creatives coming back to the show. On that topic of original creatives coming back to this property, director Derek Dryman, who was the creative director for seasons 1 through 3 of SpongeBob SquarePants, came back and co-wrote and directed this new film, The Search for SquarePants. Now, what did I think of this movie? Well, I was pretty optimistic going in. As of recording, it is just past 9 o'clock on Friday the 19th. It is sitting at a very respectful 86 critic rating on Rotten Tomatoes with almost 40 reviews. So more than likely it's going to be certified fresh, which I am so happy because that shuts up a lot of people that if this would have debuted with like a 20, they would have been like, yep, the new Ice Spice movie song is awful, told you it's going to be bad. No, it's not. This movie is not bad at all. I gave this a 4 out of 5 on Letterboxd. Again, if you're not following me, the link will be in the description of this video. This movie's a blast. And I'm going to go through some of my big positives, couple complaints, but not a lot, to be honest with you. I think this is the second best SpongeBob film, just barely edging out Sponge Out of Water. I think Sponge Out of Water is just barely worse than this. I think I also gave that a 4 out of 5. You could interchange them, but there's just some things in this movie that I think it does a little bit better than Sponge Out of Water. The first one's obviously a classic. Nothing will ever touch that. It will always be my 4th favorite film of all time. Let's get into those positives. My biggest positive I can give this movie, no, the biggest, one of the biggest, animation's great. It's not as, I guess, detailed and eccentric, and I'm not going to say not as beautiful, but Sponge on the Run, as mediocre of a film as I think that is, it is very pretty. It's a very pretty film. And Derek Dryman, the director and creative director of season 1, 2, 3, actually came out and said that the reason that the animation is so much different this time around is because he wanted to take it from the 2D plane the show usually takes place in and just directly translate it to 3D, leaving the details there. And I can see that. It looks like it was just ripped from 2D, slapped in 3D, not a lot of work done after that. And I like that because, again, it reminds me of the early era show. The relationship between SpongeBob and Mr. Krabs, so well done. Not so much, again, seasons 14 and through 16, and current day, I guess, have done a lot of things to right the wrongs that have been done to the characters over the last decade or so. And Mr. Krabs was one of the biggest culprits of that, even though no one will bring up the fact that in the glory days of SpongeBob, he sold SpongeBob's soul for 62 cents, but no one's going to bring that up because it happened in the glory days. Mr. Krabs is probably the best character in this movie, at least to me. I've always loved Mr. Krabs, even when he's been flanderized and just made into this generic caricature. In this film, he is given actual depth, he's given backstory, and the way that he talks to SpongeBob and the way that he cares for SpongeBob, and there's certain things that he looks at and the things that he references, it's so well done. You can tell that he truly does care about SpongeBob, because he does. And again, you know, seasons, I'll say probably 7, 8, and then like 11 and 12. He's just this crazy, and he's good in some episodes, but he's this crazy, money-hungry crook who will just do anything for money, and that's kind of his character again. But he just has depth. He's a great character in this movie, and that's what I think I can tell about this movie in general, is that these characters are just good characters in this movie. Patrick, he's an idiot. He's a stupid moron, obviously, but he's so endearing. And him and SpongeBob are given things to do that clash with each other as you get into the Flying Dutchman and everything. We'll get into him. And it works very well. The humor, it's very good. There's a lot of butt jokes. There's not as many as I thought there would be. I don't know if there was a single fart joke, which I loved. The I Spy song is such a non-issue. It's played maybe 25 seconds out of the whole movie. It's very beginning. You don't hear it again until the end credits. Such a non-issue. All of the grown 40-year-old men crying the I Spy as a song in here. Grow up. Hardly in the movie. And I don't even think it's that bad. It's obviously not Ocean Man or Squeeze Me, but it's fine. Flying Dutchman. I don't know why they recasted Brian Doyle Murray with Mark Hamill, but Mark Hamill does a great job. I don't know if I can say... I probably still prefer Brian Doyle Murray just because he's been the voice for 25 years. But Mark Hamill does a great job. And you can tell that he was not phoning it in. There's a really fun sequence at the end, which you'll know what I'm talking about if you've seen the movie, involving him. And it's super creative and very well done. It looked like it was a lot of effort was put into it, which I think I could say that just for most of this movie, is that a lot of the writing feels like movie writing. Like it feels like a lot of care and time was put into this to make it feel like a film. Like characters were going to be progressing like they are in a movie. And they do. And it's great. The runtime absolutely flies by. This is a very easy watch. I started at, the ads ended around 7:30, and I was home by 9:15. You know, it's very quick, nice hour-and-a-half film. The Ninja Turtle short at the beginning was very cool. I loved Mutant Mayhem, so I'm excited to see what they do there. Some very creative stuff with AI, and that's great, you know, poo-pooing on AI as it should be. Guys, this movie's just great. There's going to be people, and I guarantee a lot of the negative reviews that you're going to see are people that aren't even watching the movie, which stinks. This franchise embodies seeing the best in people, and SpongeBob in this movie does that. He is an incredibly complex character in this film, and the way that he wants to be better, he wants to be a big guy, and he can't, not initially, but you'll know what I mean when we watch the movie. And yet so many people take the more recent, and when I say recent, I mean like seasons 10 and 11 and 12, and no one's gonna deny that most of those are really bad episodes, but there's still some good ones. And again, no one has watched seasons 14 through 16. I mean, I know people have, but the moment that you say, hey, these are some of the best episodes we've gotten in almost 20 years, no one believes you, because they just go back to the beginning. And obviously, seasons 3 and 4 are my favorite seasons of the show. I'm not saying that this is better than the first movie. It's not. I'm not saying that 14 through 16 are better than the original seasons. They're not. But there is still a lot in this franchise that just people aren't giving it credit for, because they don't want to look past the first 3 seasons, and that stinks. And if that's you, that's fine, but don't poop on someone else's parade because they have a happier life than you do, and there's a little bit more SpongeBob in them than there is in you, and they can see that there is good in a lot of what SpongeBob is doing. The games, he is excelling in the games. In Titans of the Tide that just came out, he just got added to Fortnite. I bought that bundle instantly. He brings a lot of people joy. He brings me joy all the time, every day. And if you can't see that, that's fine. This movie's probably not for you, because this movie oozes fun and positivity and a good, healthy way of showing emotions. And Mr. Krabs is a huge part in that. And if you don't want to see that, that's fine. That's totally fine. Don't watch the movie. But this movie is getting good reviews for a reason. This movie is going to be certified fresh, hopefully, for a reason. Knock on wood. And that's it. Yeah, that's my review. 4 out of 5. Not all the jokes land. Obviously, it's still current day SpongeBob, so not all the jokes are going to land. Most of them do. Beginning is a little bit slow, but once it gets going, man, it gets going. So, remember, like and subscribe. Follow us all on Letterboxd. Please follow us on Letterboxd. Listen to us on Spotify. Rate us 5 stars if you could. We will see you guys in the next episode of the General Audience Podcast. I'll see you guys there.